If you've been watching my channel for a while, you already know that I do not like the GBA SP. It's small, uncomfortable, and breaks more than any other Game Boy model I work on. The only reason I like them is because you guys buy a lot of them pre-modded from me over at retroremastered.com. But what could it take for me to actually enjoy playing on an SP? Maybe if it was in a thicker, sleek aluminum chassis. No, that would be Unhinged. A couple months ago, I reviewed the M2 IPS kit from Funny Playing for the better GBA model. At the end of that video, I asked if anybody wanted me to review the SP version of this kit, and a few of you said yes. The problem is, it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is it's for the SP and not the AGB model. And like I said in the original review, even the power draw and stats are the same as the previous 3.0 kit. So to make this video actually interesting, I'm going to be using the solid aluminum unhinged SP shell from Boxy. Nick from Boxy sent me this metal shell in exchange for helping him offload some of these extra parts. So if you want the chance to win any of these shells you see on screen here, I'll have a link down below with more information. Boxy makes a ton of really cool shells for all of the Game Boy models and more that you should really check out if you haven't already. This isn't sponsored, I just wanted to shout out their good work, but he did give me free stuff. So, of course, it wouldn't be a Jake Simmons video without a little complaining, but we'll get to that later. I want to start with talking about the installation process. As far as the M2 kit itself, it is pretty much identical to every other SP IPS mod kit. Soldering is optional, but if you don't solder, you can't adjust the brightness. However, there is now a touchpad on this kit, so you can adjust everything without soldering. But in my experience, touchpads and metal don't mix well. So I just taped over it and didn't even bother to try it since I'm gonna do the simple one wire soldering anyways. Plus, if you watch the M2 review video for the GBA model, the touchpad was awful and you probably just shouldn't use it anyways. Funny Playing just still can't figure out touchpads for some stupid reason. The only real difference between the SP kits is now Funny Playing includes a plastic bracket, but I struggled for a while with it and ultimately left it out of the shell. I think it's necessary for certain shells, don't ask me which ones, but I could not get it to work here. I don't know why Funny Playing has to always do something weird with their kits now, but I really wish they just included the old foam slice so my screen wouldn't do this tiny little wiggle thing. But honestly, this screen fits well enough in the shell, so it's not the end of the world. But going back to soldering, for the unhinged kit, Boxy left space in the shell to add a USB-C and a headphone jack if that's something you're interested in. I opted not to add a headphone jack because I never actually use headphones with Game Boys, but I was happy to add the USB-C port for charging, at least at first. It's honestly not that hard to do, it's only 2 more wires. I just struggled to route the wires because I made them just a hair too short. It made me very frustrated, but that was 100% my fault. And then I made it even worse by accidentally cutting power to my top-down camera mid-recording. So I lost about 25 minutes of crucial footage. So as a whole, my installation experience was a bit soured by my mistakes. But if you just make your wires long enough and don't try and make a tutorial during this, you'll have a much better experience. My one big gripe that I had that wasn't my fault was that Boxy's written instructions could be a lot better. For instance, you have to use the included screws with the shell, which I have 0 problems with, but you need to tell me which ones to put where. I had 3 different bags of screws and only 2 times in the entire tutorial does it say which length of screw to use. And even then, it gives you an either or. I just want to say, clear and precise instructions go a long way. That being said, my tutorial that is now up on the second channel, Jake64, could definitely be better. But if you want to follow along with it, you might get something out of it. It's far from my best work though. But now let's finally talk about the feel of the shell. It is the definition of premium. I love the way the cold aluminum feels when I pick it up. The added thickness is something that I welcome with open arms. One of my biggest gripes with the GBASP is how uncomfortably thin it is for my adult-sized hands. It was perfect for me in 2003 playing Rugrats I Gotta Go Party, but not so much anymore. The unhinged SP is about as thick as the original closed up, and about an inch shorter than one that's opened up. However, there are a couple downsides to the shell kit. If you don't want metal buttons, Too bad. OEM style buttons are just not compatible here. I haven't always been the biggest fan of metal buttons because they aren't always the most comfortable, but thankfully they aren't too bad here. I actually haven't had any discomfort from playing this yet, but I haven't had any play sessions run longer than an hour or so. I just don't like that I have very limited options when it comes to buttons, especially when buttons add another $21 to the equation. And while we're talking about additional items, you have to pay extra for the tiny power LED diffuser and the 3D printed plugs if you decided not to add the headphone jack and USB-C ports. Charging more for the 3D printed filler pieces than the actual additional mods is kind of wild to me. And while these little plastic pieces aren't necessary for your build, because you can just leave the holes in the shell wide open if you want to, I'm already paying over $100 for this shell kit to be functional, so I feel like the tiny little plastic pieces should just be included in the price. But this is a premium boutique product, so you should expect to pay premium boutique prices. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this isn't worth the money, because I do think it is. I would just like to see those little things included. However, there is a budget version of the Unhinged mod that drops the price by allowing you to reuse a plastic back half, but you still have to pay extra for their buttons and those extra little pieces. I would compare this to the other hingeless SPs that I have, but I don't see much point since this one is 3D printed and almost entirely different, and the other isn't available to buy anymore. Yes, there are a few other versions, but these are the two that I have. But would I recommend this shell? Heck yeah. Go check out Boxy Pixel, the link's down below, and don't forget to enter for the chance to win one of these kits. As always, I want to know what you guys think in those comments down below. Thanks again to Boxy Pixel for sending this one out. I am absolutely keeping it for myself, but that's about it for me. So like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. What do you guys think of the new setup, huh? Pretty cool. I finally moved out of the old folks' home. I mean, my parents' house. I'm not a senior citizen.